Micron's fourth quarter earnings coming in moments ago. We're bringing in Dan Morgan now, Senior Portfolio Manager at Synovus Trust. Dan, it is always good to see you. So Micron reports, listen, initial reaction here, investors impressed. This stock is soaring about 11% in the after hours, Dan. But give us your initial response, Dan. What did you make of the print?
Yeah, Josh, I mean, obviously you read the numbers before the break. It was like a beat on the fourth quarter of 24, and then everybody was really hanging their hat on the guidance, right, Josh and Julie? And it looks like a big beat on revenue in terms of expectations coming into this first quarter of 25. Not only that, earnings on adjusted basis were above expectations. So, you kind of hinted about this before, and, looking at these just highlight numbers, it does appear that they are beginning to see a real good benefit from HBM, which of course is the high bandwidth memory that's used with the AI chips. So we're coming out of a down cycle. We've had a couple good quarters, and now we're getting this AI top over the numbers. And it looks like they did gain from that. And we're going to get more color on the conference call. But just from the initial top line numbers, it looks really positive.
There has been a little bit of skepticism on that point recently about where we are in the cycle, about whether we're really coming out of it, about whether pricing was really going to improve. Because, we talk a lot about the HBMs, but most of what Micron sells is not that. It's other types of memory for other uses. So do you think this sort of puts some of those concerns to rest?
A good question, Julie, because if you look at their core markets, which is data center, smartphone, PCs. Smartphone and PCs aren't doing that great, right? They're just starting to get out of the hole. And you have other applications, industrial, auto, and so forth. And you're right, if you look at DRAM pricing in terms of spot pricing, it's just kind of leveled out. It was coming down, now it's just slowly going up slightly. But you're right, their main markets, which are, across the board, there's flash memory and there's DRAM chips, just in about everything, is still kind of muted, right? It's still trying to get going. So, if you were to take out this AI component in the data server space, we probably wouldn't be talking about it, right? Because it's just kind of just slowly unthawing. So you're right, their core markets, you could still raise a question that, it may take a couple more quarters for that to get back on track.
So let me ask you, Dan, because the conference call, starting shortly here, let's say you had the chance to ask CEO Sanjay Mehrotra a question or two. What will be top of mind for you?
Well, you know what, Josh, it's all going to be about HBM, right? It's all going to be how much of an effect, and I guarantee on the conference call, they're going to ask the same question over and over, 10 different ways, try to get him to say something a little bit different. But it's all going to be about how much of effect are you seeing from demand for the high memory chips as it relates to AI. We know a couple things, Josh and Julie. We know that those chips are currently coupled with Nvidia's Hopper 200 and also the Grace Hopper 200. We know that Nvidia has come out and announced that for the new Blackwell 100 chip that comes out this October, these are their AI chips, they will be coupling it with the high bandwidth memory coming from Micron Technology. So with these new chips coming out and the momentum continuing to gain, everyone's going to be trying to create a mosaic. How much of a positive effect are you getting from this? What are you seeing? There are some people that think that we'll do $2 in incremental earnings in fiscal year 25, all based on HBM, the pickup. So it's all going to be about how much of a positive effect are you getting this, like Nvidia did back in that quarter last spring when they had that huge splash with that huge AI number in their data server segment.
Dan, I want to bring you some more headlines that are just coming out that may be from a media interview just talking about, or a media call, where Micron sees that HBM demand going. So the company apparently reportedly sees HBM DRAM market of over $25 billion in 2025, and that its HBM is sold out for this year and next, and that pricing is set. They're also saying they see unit growth in PCs in 2025. How does that comport with what you've been expecting?
Yeah, Julie, that's pretty much in line with what I was hoping for. So that would be perceived, I believe, as a very much of a positive. There was a lot of people who did think that the PC market would rebound a bit going into 25. It's been pretty lethargic ever since the big jump that we saw during COVID. Everybody, working from home, buying a new PC, laptop, and then it kind of dive down after that, and now we're starting to gradually kind of improve. So based on those headlines that you just gave me, it doesn't change, I think right now in terms of bull case about Micron and what they're doing and this whole effect that we're getting from AI.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for that quick reaction as we see those shares climbing here. Good to catch up with you.